Groundless, ridiculous and absurd. Russian oligarch Oleg Deripaska's response to US sanctions, imposed on 24 Russian businessmen and government officials. Sanctions, Washington says, are a response to what it calls malign activities by Moscow, including its alleged meddling in the 2016 US presidential elections.
Good afternoon. As you all saw this morning, the administration has sanctioned 7 Russian oligarchs, 12 companies, and 17 top government officials and allies of Russian President Vladimir Putin. Today's sanctions and the totality of the administration's actions, which are in keeping with Congress's wishes, prove the president is absolutely correct when he says no one has been tougher on Russia.
The penalties include the freezing of assets in the US of those close to Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Germany did 4, France did 4, we did 60. There's nobody been tougher on Russia.
Moscow has replied in a statement saying, "We will not let the current attack or any new anti-Russian attack go without a tough response." The rift is the latest in an escalation of tensions between the two countries.
I have been to the USA. I've been there several times. Taking into consideration that they imposed some sanctions, this doesn't mean we will not interact with them. There are other countries where we can interact and solve these problems.
A week ago, the US expelled 60 Russian diplomats after a former Russian spy and his daughter were poisoned in the UK with a nerve agent. Russia responded by expelling 60 US diplomats. But now the White House is preparing for a meeting between the two leaders, saying it won't be affected by the sanctions.
As the president has said, he wants to have a good relationship with Russia, but that's going to depend on some of the actions by the Russians.
Analysts say the sanctions could hurt the Russian economy, especially its industrial, financial and energy sectors. But many say the question now is how will Moscow react? Angela Murphy, TRT World.